our rights responsibly. Your Excellency, allow me now to focus on the assignment that the Commission was given to undertake, and to note that in the development of this framework and the accompanying guidelines, the Commission was guided by international standards on reparations, particularly the basic principles and guidelines on the right to a remedy and reparation for victims of gross human rights violation under international human rights law, as adopted by the UN General Assembly in December of 2005. In this process, we as a country have demonstrated our ability to ensure adoption of the highest standards in implementing our human rights obligations, especially as a respected member of the United Nations. The Commission took into account and carefully drew lessons from prior national processes, particularly draft legislations, policies, and reparations processes that have already been proposed. And this includes the draft Kenya Reparations Bill of 2019, as well as policy and regulatory proposals presented to the Attorney General in 2029 by civil society organizations under the leadership of the Kenya Transitional Justice Network. Your Excellency, despite significant time constraint, this process was undertaken through extensive consultations, public participation, and technical engagements with various stakeholders, including victims, civil society organizations, constitutional commissions, independent officers, state agencies, and members of the public, all of whom enriched this process with invaluable perspectives and expertise. In compliance with Article 10 of the Constitution of Kenya, the Commission subjected the draft guidelines to a robust public participation process and received a total of 281 submissions from members of the public in the form of memoranda, letters, proposals, and these have contributed significantly to the final framework that we submit today. So, Your Excellency, the framework presented today therefore proposes a raft of reparations, including compensation, rehabilitation, restitution, satisfaction, and guarantees of non-repetition. And these are standard reparative justice measures used in transitional justice and human rights contexts to address human rights suffered by victims of violations. The framework, therefore, seeks to establish a victim-centered, transparent, and accountable system capable of delivering accessible and effective remedies in accordance with the Constitution and international human rights standards. Further, Your Excellency, the report the Commission is submitting today includes a list of victims who reported violations, including those arising in the context of demonstration and protests, in line with Your Excellency's proclamation. The report therefore captures cases documented by the Commission, cases from the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, and other cases received through various government institutions, including the Ministry of Interior, documented within the 60-day period. However, allow me to note, Your Excellency, that more cases have been documented subsequent to the finalization of this report involving individuals who equally qualify for inclusion in this list. The Commission therefore humbly requests that Your Excellency considers reparations for these cases in subsequent process, of course taking into account issues around budgeting processes. Your Excellency, the report that we shall shortly present to you documents and identifies cases of violations that were widespread or systemic in nature. Accordingly, the Commission documented violations arising in 2017 and 2022, which were largely linked to disputes and protests around the general elections. But we also documented protests from 2023 and 2024 protests, particularly during the Finance Bill and Gen Z protests. And we also documented victims from the 2025 Sabasaba demonstrations. And the Commission did this acknowledging that not all cases reported to the Commission qualify as gross human rights violations for reparations, as some were isolated criminal acts, including those committed by individual police officers and other citizens, which Your Excellency, we believe, should ideally go through the criminal justice processes. Your Excellency, in identifying victims, The Commission also acknowledged that